Fabian, congratulations on your new contract. You talk about being proud of what you've done since you came to the club, but can you give the fans a bit of an insight in what the future holds?
So first of all, thanks for the congrats. I'm really happy to stay here for a few years more. I talked about being proud because I think that we could really build something. We build a strong relationship with the supporters. We build like a clear identity how we want to play football. We build like a clear identity how we want to be seen, what our values in this club, and we try to live them day by day. And on the other side, that's the foundation we build, and now it's about looking ahead in the future. What is the next step? Because we also want to be known as a club that's not only having a nice identity, that's not only having like great values. We want to be a club that can win something, that has like high expectations, who is a club with big ambitions, and that's our next step. So therefore, I think that we kept building like a strong foundation now, and now it's about improving the small margins, building consistency in the performances, keep on having like a good work ethic on a daily basis, and then I'm sure that long term this club can achieve something, that this club can really like compete with the top teams in the league, and that's all ahead of us, and therefore we need everyone involved in this. We need all the staff members, we need everyone who's working for this club, who's supporting us, who's there for us to help improving, to keep going. So therefore was really good 2 years so far, and now it's about looking ahead what can be improved to make this future, to make the Brighton future.
Tell us a bit about your average day as a Premier League head coach. How much of it is spent on tactical plans, looking ahead to the next match, and how much is spent on managing relationships with your own staff and of course the players?
I think the second part is the part where nowadays I'm more into it. I think when I started being a coach, it was a lot about tactics, a lot about training sessions.
Was that when you started at Brighton or before?
No, in
you
general,
came to Brighton?
when I started being a head coach, it was about like what is a new good idea, what is a new good training session, what can you try. But over the years, I really realized in the end it's about people. In the end, it's a people's business. So I really take care of the relationships. I try to take care of the relationships. I try to like stick to my principles, how I want to lead and how I want to treat the staff members and the players around me, because I think if you build this strong relationship, if you build this connection, then you can be successful as a team. Of course, part of the day is always about adjusting, adapting your style of play. There are always new trends in the world of football, so we always want to be ahead of this. We want to always have the ball, so we need to find solutions in possession against the high pressing, against the low block team. So of course part of the day always talking about football, because in the end that's our obsession, that's what we love to do. But on the other side, we should never forget it's a people's business. It's about challenging each other, it's about supporting each other, taking care of each other. I think that's also main bit of my value of how I want to lead a club, and therefore it should be a good balance, but overall I would say I spend more time in taking care of these relationships.
I know a big word in football is culture and building a successful culture, but how difficult is that? And are you the person that leads that?
Definitely.
Do you feel it's your responsibility?
Yeah, definitely. I see myself as building this culture as the main person, because I have to live it.
Do you enjoy doing that? Is that you talk about relationships and building relationships with players?
I definitely enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it because I can express myself. So I don't need to go to work and try to be someone else. I can really be myself because I know
authentic.
Yeah, exactly. What are my values? I know who's Fabian in that moment. So therefore, I definitely enjoy it. And I think building a culture is, first of all, you need to know yourself, you need to know which culture you want to build, then you need to have like this daily behavior, so show it every day, because in the end it's not about words, it's about behavior, it's about being a role model by performance, by behavior, and then out of these behaviors you build like standards, you build like habits you want to see from all the staff members around you, from the players. And beside that, what I always emphasize is you can't build this culture on your own. You need like strong leaders beside you. And what I mean with this, strong leaders as players. I have like a great leadership group around me with Louis Stang, with James Milner, with Jason Steele, with Danny Welbeck, Adam Webster, JP, so Pascal Gross now. I have like these kind of leaders around me really help me building this culture, and then beside that, like I mentioned before, great stuff, and therefore you can only build this culture together. But definitely me as the head coach, I have to be the main role for that. I have to lead this, I have to guide it, I have to live it.
You're a football obsessive. That's fair to say, isn't it? Yeah. I know you love living in Brighton, and I know you love the culture of the city. So tell me 3 things that you've done in Brighton since you've been here that aren't anything to do with football or anything to do with paddle.
It's difficult to find this, but I live near the sea front, and therefore I'm really enjoying it, walking around at the seafront when the sun is shining, because...
Do you get stopped?
Sometimes I get stopped, but always in a respectful way. That's the first thing what I really appreciate here in Brighton. The people are so respectful and always supportive. So although we went through tough times together, they were always supportive and always very respectful. I really appreciate this. Then, second of all, I really like this multicultural city. So you can do so many things. There's so many different restaurants. There's so many different people, and everyone is accepted and respected, and that's one of my biggest values. And I had it also in St. Pauli, my previous club, where it was quite a similar environment, a similar atmosphere. So therefore, I really appreciate this. And 3 things, nothing to do with football. I just will mention sport things, because at the seafront there was built a new beach volleyball court, and they built a tennis court, basketball, then have like the paddle court, the skate park. So I stay away from the skate park, that's what I can promise to everyone, but I played tennis already, I played paddle there. I want to try beach volleyball. So it just shows how lively the city is, how the people enjoy the life in Brighton, and that's something what I can 100% identify myself with, the values from this city, with how the city wants to be seen, how many people are welcome here, so everyone is accepted, everyone is respected, and then just this enjoy of life. I really love it, and therefore I think these are the 3 things. So I didn't try beach volleyball yet, but that's one of my next kind of sports I want to try in summer now. And then I played paddle, I played tennis, and already went swimming as well.
All sport?
Yeah, all
what
sport.
About not sport?
Not sport. I enjoy going into different restaurants, and I just mentioned it before that there's so many different kind of restaurants. There's an Italian restaurant, there's a Turkish restaurant, there's a Japanese restaurant, there's the English restaurant, the pub. I like the pub, going into a pub.
Do you like English beer?
I like English beer. I definitely like English beer. So therefore, I also like to have a Sunday roast. Yeah, that's something where I really adapted to. There's so many different bakeries in the city, so I like going out and having a good dinner. I like going out having a good brunch and a good breakfast, and therefore I think this city that has like great offers to really try things and get used to different cultures, and also adapt in particular to the English culture, because I think there's so many great things to adapt to.
Was that part of your decision making in signing this new contract, that you feel settled here in this city?
Yeah, it's definitely a big part, because no matter that you're a player or head coach or assistant coach, I think when your private life, when you feel settled, when you feel home, when you feel like, yeah, I'm really like familiar with everything what happens here, then you can perform on your highest level. So therefore I feel like this is my home. I feel like when I enter here this training show, that's my family, because actually I see all the players, I see all the staff members here more times than I actually see my family. So therefore I see it as a little bit of a replacement family, and therefore was definitely a reason for me to sign a new contract, was that I feel settled here, that I feel very like arrived and settled, and therefore I'm looking ahead what's coming in the future with this club, with all the things around, with this great city, and with the great personality.